Hello, everybody, and welcome in.
Welcome back. How's everybody doing? Hello, everybody, on this beautiful Saturday. Welcome to the episode 20 of the Sin Providence. I, as always, am your storyteller, and I'm joined by three of my lovely players today, David, Dot, and Tracy. Hello. Bub Dot Tracy. I don't know, man.
Every time you say David, I think you're mentioning the character, and I almost correct you, and then I was like, oh, no,
that's also
no,
that's also correct.
Yeah. So, anyway, hi. Yeah, welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm excited to jump in, as always. We've got a lot to get to today. Before we jump into it, the usual spiel, my scripted notes, as always. Go jump to our Discord. It's completely free. It's a good way to just join a community that is consistently growing and talking about our stuff, which is always fun because vampire content is not super common out there. So spread the love.
Mathis, did you check your Zoom volume?
I did. It should be up. Is it not? I did.
They're saying they're a tad low. Give us a little bit more.
I'll bump it some more. All right, I put it up to. I usually put it at 85, which is what it was at. Now it's at 90.
That's
Never sounds bad to me.
It doesn't sound bad in Zoom, but for whatever reason, the output through OBS is just weird.
Probably just condensed. They're compressing it or whatever. Anyway, join our Discord where you won't hear my voice. You can also support us by subscribing right here at Twitch, get some emotes, get access to the VODs right away if you want to watch them. Obviously, the YouTube is also where we put up VODs for free. The VODs were a little behind, but they are currently scheduled to go up in the next couple of weeks. Episode 17 is live already. 18, 19 are next to pop up. Yeah, and then we'll be completely caught up because today is episode 20. And then if you want to go above and beyond, where you can get some after shows, audio or video, you get over to patreon.com/podbynight to do all that good stuff. I usually, is there anything else I want to cover before we jump in? But I think that's pretty much everything, correct?
Yeah, I think so. This is the one show we don't have merch for, everybody. So if we come up with a merch idea, we put one out for Fallout. We have one for Cracked Crown for the old tire shop. So, anybody thinks of a fun merch idea?
You need to come up with a coterie name.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, we don't have a damn coterie name yet. 20 episodes in.
We could have like a baseball jersey or something.
It's quite the difference from the loud ones who didn't have a coterie name, and the first thing somebody called you, you're like, that's our coterie name, and that was it. This time, no, Janet doesn't even want to. She almost wants to. I feel like there's still a part of Janet that's like,
hey, I have grown as a kindred. I accepted the fact we are in a coterie. We got to start somewhere, okay?
Yeah. 20 episodes in later. 20 episodes in, and you finally did. So before we jump in, then how about we get a recap as to what happened last week? Because last week was finally the Chantry episode that has been like 5 weeks delayed. Of like, yeah, that's supposed to happen weeks ago. You've got notes. I already saw a little screenshot of those notes. You want to show the camera like what your conspiracy notes look like?
No, this is my private journal.
I'm so sorry.
I bought a new journal. It was only $2. Can you imagine that? And look, I even signed it Janet on the front.
Oh, cute. That's a cute signature.
Thanks. I was like, how would Janet do this? Okay, so I've taken what was freestanding notes, organized the way my brain organizes things, and I have reorganized it in this notebook by certain specific sections. Each character has one. Y'all can't read those are my hidden messages, but on the very front page I did go ahead and remap my conspiracy, which is
love that, by the way.
That's a great
it is panning out finally with some answers.
Yeah,
with some answers when I finally got it right. My problem was I was basing everything off the docs versus David. The moment I remapped it where David was the center point and the docs was only a causality of David being here and the story, it changed everything. So as for last week, no, I don't keep notes that way, but I'm happy to recap.
Does Tracy have notes? Can help me.
Yeah, Tracy, you got hard notes.
I do have notes on the last episode. I have a mix of digital and physical notes. I really want to.
I'm pure digital.
Yes. I actually realized digital is a little bit better for me, but I like doing more like journally kind of cute notes.
As a player, I'm the same way though.
Yeah, so fun. I have like my journal, but I also I have the coterie.
Oh,
I printed out pictures. But anyway, so
I love these players, guys.
We had my notes from episode 19, Salem Chantry, 8 p.m. sharp. That's the big thing, is that we had to be there at 8 p.m. sharp. And we got a nice tour of.
Oh, you missed a whole bunch before that. Do you remember what happened before? Janet took all of her frustrations out on Betty.
Oh, right.
There was a little bit of like a thing.
David as a little boy peeking through the window.
Yeah, because David was like, Betty had kind of upset him, and Betty returned, and there was so Mom Janet came out, and then we had the discussion with David about the fact that we were kind of walking in lying from the start. Because we know he's the package they are looking for. They just don't know that David is the package that they're looking for. So we talked a lot about what is the plan going in and how do we prepare ourselves. And in the end, we decided to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
You ran through a lot of scenarios. You even had me at a point right before break. You were like, what if we punch them?
Or what if we run?
If we tell them the truth, and then David's like, and then I will fight my way out.
We're like, we need good shoes for if we run.
I had to step away, and I immediately had to start doing stuff that I wasn't prepared. I had to start detailing, okay, well, they're clearly
I love that we made you spend your whole break prepping for something that never occurred. Because we finally made it to the Chantry, right, Tracy? And then what happened?
Because you would have at least gotten a couple of them dead before you would have inevitably lost to the Chantry. But I'm like, okay, well... These guys might be, these three, the other characters might just be dead from the players punching them. We'll see.
Yes. I think at least my fear was that the Chantry, I thought, knew more than we had thought, but they didn't actually know as much as we thought they did. So we got away pretty good. Like we got in.
The Chantry is also known for keeping secrets from other Chantry members. Like, that's very much how they structure their shit.
True, that's true. But I think David walking into the Chantry was like, could have been really bad, but we went through their security, their TSA pre-check, or the TSA check. And
he wasn't pre-check. He had to go through the whole scan.
We had the full scan. We didn't have pre-check, and
the fork went off.
Yeah. So he got a little extra. David got a little extra screening.
Yeah.
But
he fit some descriptions. Had to check him.
Yeah. But we got through, and he didn't get pulled aside and detained. So that was the good thing. But we got a lovely tour of the Chantry. I think it's, a lot of history, a lot of beauty, a lot of great things to learn about the history of mages in Salem. And that was great.
You got the Salem witch trial, like
yes.
my old style. I'm on a school field trip.
Yep.
Show around.
And I got notes on that too.
Janet was able to see the one name on a piece of paper.
Good.
That was there. Yeah, good. Yeah. There's in which you said Janet. I know out of game, what that was immediately. I'm assuming Janet kind of knew as well.
Yeah, well, probably not.
Okay, well, maybe not. Yeah,
if Janet went on a school field trip, she was definitely not the girl paying attention.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Shame.
Okay. So yeah, you got through TSA pre-check. You got brought through very specific hallways. You saw some doors.
Yep.
And then you were brought into the attic. You were basically brought into the attic, which was kind of turned into a nice waiting room. It wasn't like a spooky attic with cobwebs. It was like a finished attic with furniture. And you were left there for 5 minutes until a gentleman and two others were kind of like following along.
Thomas, Vera, and Ash,
the assistant to the regent, and his assistants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. The assistant of the regional manager.
Yeah, what a job. And we got the full breakdown from Ash on what was happening with the Tremere package that was at the docks, and we got we got an assignment that we have to do.
Hey, I have a whole section on assignments.
Janet put a lot together during that particular meeting. So
boy. But
which I did not.
Have mission and tasks. These are personal ones. This one is all about the one we have for them. And we have 5 priorities. We need to find any witnesses, figure out who signed for the manifest, where the fuck did the package go, find the container in the box, and are Ventru involved?
If we were statted like D&D characters, Elspeth would be high intelligence, low wisdom. Janet would be high wisdom, low intelligence.
That's correct. Yes, that's correct.
And David would be charisma, dump points, everything else.
Yeah.
And just dump stat everything, 30 charisma.
Yeah.
That's not true. His heart's double size.
I know. There's no love stat in D&D, though. I'm sorry.
It's a hidden stat, okay? It's like luck in every other game.
Exactly. So the meeting went well, as could be. You didn't really say much. There was a moment where I felt like you were trying to give attitude, but the guy was being genuinely chill about it, I think, and he gave you a burner phone.
Yes.
And he said, call this number, only one number on there.
Okay. It wasn't that we were being sassy. I asked.
I like how Dot immediately knew I was talking about her.
Mission, their whole mission, it's theirs, if they would be financially supporting our efforts, and they said they would.
Yeah, they would financially support your efforts. It's not like it's gonna be millions of dollars.
I'm gonna pull my receipts, motherfucker. You talking to truth. I'm getting my refund.
You learned that they wonder if it's the Ventru, because no specific reason other than the Ventru have been meddling in their shit for the past decade or so. But regardless of who it is, they just need you to find it. And if you find the box that the thing was in, to stay away from it, that the object inside of it is dangerous, and to make sure you get it back to them, and you'll be compensated and forgiven. This is working off your favor to Boston itself for your fuck up in New York.
Yes.
Part of it anyway, because you still owe the Prince directly, and you owe the Prince of New York directly.
Yes.
That's on my chart too. I have theories on that
Good.
That's on my chart too. Attached to Magpie. That one's a magpie arm.
All right, yeah, fair enough. What did you learn at that, or do you wanna save that for in game, because we kind of left?
Yeah, we basically left the Chantry, dropped Betty off, and we're headed back to the quarry to discuss without the phone and our direct mitts because we're unsure if it's bugged.
We made a quick pit stop to say hi to Annika, chatted with her a bit.
Oh, yes. We can't forget that.
That's
which
right.
was no small conversation.
No.
Bub, you want to cover that one? That one sounds like one for you to recap.
Sure, yeah. David had a lot of questions for Annika. He wanted to, specifically, he wanted to know what their relationship was like, that he needed to know if it was one of romance or one of protection. Because he couldn't.
That was cute.
He couldn't.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah,
if it was of romance or protection, because that line can oftentimes be to someone that's naive or that lacks wisdom. It's hard to determine if someone is being matronly or if they're being, loving, like on that romantic level. So for David, he kind of started with like, this might be a romance thing, the way that she cares, but then started to see like, there's more here. There's a lot more here on that front of protection. So he asked, and she more or less explained that was the nature of their clan, was to protect and to care for, which is why we saw the transition. This is what we talked about in the after show of the ring. The ring went from the elder to the progeny. And now we see that she is no longer protecting, or at least not speaking on for protection of David, but that it is... The torch has been passed to Elspeth.
Yep, I'm your protector.
Our little white knight.
She explained with absolute surety that David was 3 kindred.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we kind of are maybe above table making some assumptions around one of those being Hakata.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's some assumptions on above table. Mm-hmm.
And that one of the beings that was used to make David was old. How old, we don't know. We're not sure, but
yeah, you don't know when or where.
Yeah.
At least has relevant knowledge of the Hagia Sophia.
I think from Cappadocia's days, that's my theory. Is one of them was a Cappadocian from the days of Cappadocia,
show, right? Or no, we did learn Turkey, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hagia Sophia, Turkey, Cappadocians. It all kind of lines up in a time frame.
Cappadocia, very Cappadocian heavy area.
Yep.
And your and the other part as well was what your clan's. Or say your clan. Does the viewers know Elspeth's clan, right?
Yes.
Believe yes.
It was kind of she kind of gave it up the night we found David box and the symbol was on the side.
They
and
know
was
that
like,
well, Cappadocian was a symbol, but that's not who she is.
I don't know if that's been talked about.
My specific
okay. I mean, there's visual language that indicates it with the ring.
I'm very heavily implied what bloodline I'm from and in the Cappadocian.
We'll see if the chat knows. We'll give them a minute to chime in.
Yeah. That's fine. No worries.
Yeah.
But that was also tied to it as well. So like there was, like Dot said, everything when she made some shifts, everything that seemed disparate suddenly was kind of connected, and you started seeing a bigger picture. You still stuck with, as you we'll see your characters talk about. You have a plan where you could drip feed the Tremere some info, but you still don't have an out as to how like this is all going to come to without handing over David in some way, or without outing David as them. That was where unless you spent, like, again, you've had a week to think, but at the end of last week, the consensus was we can at the very least drip feed them. We can at the very least.
We're going to have to drip feed them until we, yes, that is the right consensus. You're right.
There was a little more with the Annika David thing, but it was a lot on personal. I think the biggest takeaway was that David was, there was the confirmation that David was 3 kindred. That was our big takeaway. And that the family line of Cappadocians were all but destroyed, but their purpose wasn't entirely lost.
Right.
Which
I think
above board, like I think not only David is curious, but I think Bub is also curious, because I understand that if a 10th generation kindred embraces, they make an 11th generation kindred.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily believe that Annika is Elspeth's sire.
Keep in mind, it could quite literally be like there was a rapid embrace period of like every 10 years somebody got embraced, so generations could have thinned out quicker that way.
True, that's true.
And they very much kept it in the family all the time.
Yeah, I think that Annika's old. I think that she's quite a bit older. So I would hazard to believe that we would see Elspeth as being an older generation, as not just.
I'm not saying you're wrong either. I'm just saying like there is plausible ways that can happen with somebody who's also somewhat older.
Right. Which, I mean, we've seen, right? Like we've seen in some of our older series as well, that's not impossible. Sometimes it's just a matter of a favor. You owe me a favor and do this. So
definitely. Yeah.
It's just a thought.
And Betty interviewed for the job there while you were doing
did.
That is correct.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Was that all for the Annika conversation?
I think
then?
So.
Ooh.
That was the big stuff.
Yeah.
The plan was we needed to get back across the city line because we already probably spent too much time at the
I mean you were fine. I'm not like you were fine. That's not a huge deal. Like, and again, you were allowed.
Janet just doesn't want to overstay our
100%,
welcome here 100%. In Salem.
And I am not that depressed where I would be that mean to you anymore. That was only season 1 of SOS. That's where I was just like every little thing. I'm like, fuck you and fuck you. All right. So without further ado, we're going to pick up then as we're going to arrive at the quarry. Because again, the meeting at the Tremere Chantry is at 8 p.m. There's still plenty of night left. You've already dropped off Betty to whatever road she decided was where she was going to go and wander away from. So let's set the scene, rein things in, and see what our still unnamed coterie is up to. And the camera or the scene immediately snaps in with the sound of an engine shuttering off as the sound of gravel under the tires slow and doors open. Our vision pans away from this vehicle off to the left and swinging around to see a now familiar sight, the one of the quarry, still in a bit of a rundown state. However, the beginnings of Leon making security changes has begun. You see bundles of wire kind of in the a little dry area in the little side building, some security locks and stuff, not yet fully installed, but he's like it looks like he's starting to bring things over to get the job done as you asked for. Actually, as you're walking in, you actually wits awareness. Fuck it.
Oh,
all 3 of you, obviously, because you're all together.
Let me pull up my sheet.
Yeah, sure. This will be great.
1 sec.
I got 1.
3 successes.
3. And Elspeth?
1 sec.
Oh, and everybody go ahead and do your beginning of session healing, willpower spent, recovered, etc., etc.
No, I'm just gonna do it on roll.
Glad 20. I just killed a guy. Oh, I didn't do my remorse roll.
You can do that now too.
Damn.
How do I do a remorse roll?
I will fucking.
There's a remorse test under humanity.
Yeah, is your depending on your character sheet, which I have the game open, don't I? Yeah.
Oh, it's true. You're in
demi plane.
Success.
Excellent. So you don't lose any more humanity.
Nope.
We've been pretty lucky about that.
Yeah, so far.
I think
so far very lucky about that. Which is
was it just Leon? I think
Did
Leon.
he drop?
Yes.
Did
he
dropped 5, 7 to 6.
1.
Yeah.
So he's down to 6. Okay, but still, I consider 6 to 7 like normal. You guys, we watched you bounce between much lower than that in SOS for a while. I mean, there's times where multiple of you were at 4. Either way, so you're good. And sorry, what'd you roll for your wits awareness?
5 successes.
Okay, so then David and Elspeth would hear in that little rundown office building in the quarry some shuffling around. With 5, I would say you, Elspeth, can actually hear the quiet voice of Magpie go, "Oh fuck, shit! I hope it didn't break." As he like picks up something he clearly dropped.
Sounds like Magpie's not having the best time in there.
As you were like walking towards the gate into the quarry, and he's walking out of the little office building in your quarry, he is actually hey, I'm just on my way out. See you later. And he's like, I'm just dropping stuff off for, and he sees Janet, and you recognize immediately he wants to bite his tongue because he talks too much when he gets nervous around her. And so he's like, and then waves and goes to skedaddle and leave immediately.
I kind of wave him on like, God, this guy. But you know what? Maybe he's finally working off all the money I'm putting into the hotel for his parents. So,
well, he's doing what he can. Okay, so
did you hear Janet complain? I'll take a man on his feet versus any
poor
day,
Magpie. I feel for this guy. This guy was not supposed to be around this long.
Nope. He made mistakes and has to answer for them later. Janet goes, and I show the burner phone, and I just go into my like pod, and I tuck it in like a jewelry box or something, so it's not lost. It's just not on me.
Yep.
And then she'll come back out, and we can talk.
So as you step out, we can hear like the gravel underfoot, a little splash of a puddle as you step into like some water as you walk out. But the three of you kind of come together, and this under the silence of night on a rather cloudy night tonight, not much moonlight tonight overhead. You've been away. It was like a 45-minute drive, maybe an hour from where you're at. So it's been an hour on the road of complete silence because Janet was like, shut up. Don't say anything while we have this phone. You played the radio. You dropped off. So it's been like a little over an hour. You finally have a moment to talk about everything.
So how are we all feeling?
Better.
Better?
Yeah. Don't you think that went really well?
Well, I think we left with our lives, but now we're indebted to the Tremere.
Yeah, but we still have David.
Yay, the package they're looking for. Yay!
He wasn't, kept imprisoned forever.
You know what, David? How are you feeling, hon?
As the camera turns to David, is David just like kind of watching quietly?
I'm feeling fine.
That's great.
Knew already that we would be indebted to someone, as we have been indebted to someone every time we meet them.
Well, don't worry. Old Janet Janetti's got a plan.
Oh?
I rest easier knowing that is a truth that I can wake up to every day.
Thanks, hon. So, you know how, when Magpie plugged himself up to the wall and we ripped his memories back and beforehand, I was like, yo, log into your bank account.
Yes, I do remember
Great.
that.
Wonderful. Thank you for the affirmation there, David. Yes. So I spent, some time while he was jacked into the Matrix or whatever and scoured where the money came from.
You understand that reference. You're not sure why.
Does he know Kung Fu?
God, I hope not. Anyways.
I just love the idea of David just like small smile, blank stare.
Anyways, the point is while he was jacked in, I took some time to backtrack where the money came from. Remember he told us he got paid a lot of money. Yeah. And then he had to shut up. His memory was wiped. He went home to his parents and he was in an off-grid black hole. Okay. Hear me out. I know the holding company and who owns it already. I already know that.
How did you find that so fast? Does this mean we're free now?
Well, Janet Janetti tends to plan ahead even when she doesn't need to. I know that numbers talk. They always have a trail. And so I just backtracked, from one place to another, found a bunch of holding companies, had to do a little mojo jojo on the back end. And basically what I found is that the holding company, the one he so specifically told us about, which I have here in my notes, is technically owned by, it's owned by Siaka. So my question is, why would Siaka not tell his own chantry that he signed for the paperwork?
That does seem suspicious.
More importantly, I've been planning. Okay, so all this started with David, right? No offense, honey. This is not nothing against you. Everything that we've come in contact with has all led back to David. And everybody but us, and ideally Magpie and Siaka, Siaka.
Did you say sciatica?
Almost.
My sciatica.
They're all dead. Which further backs up my theory. Well, that's not true. The Bruja didn't die, but he was supposed to.
He was, yeah.
Right? The woman in the park, Mutt, everybody that sees or knows about David that isn't one of us, or the man with the plan, Siaka. Precisely. And the only reason he didn't Magpie is because Magpie had his fucking memory wipes and put on a hard drive.
And thrown
Which, to remind
you,
Magpie, he wasn't supposed to put his memories on a hard drive. That was his own insurance that he broke the rules to do.
It sounds like he finally cashed in on something worthwhile. What I'm trying to say is all of this is a little stinky. If we're the ones that haven't been killed yet, either somebody is protecting David on the side, like when that Bruja showed up to kick ass, thinking that we had killed his Pilates
touchstone
wearing girlfriend, whatever. We have to be the fall guys. Something bigger is being planned here. And if we're the only people that know, we're being set up. Most importantly, now here the Tremere with this job that's like, can you find out the information we don't know? Huh? When at the top of the fucking food chain is hard evidence that the man that signed for it is part of the fucking Tremere. It's stinky, dirty setup.
Okay. That's some good, putting everything together, Janet.
Thank you.
I'm impressed. What did you just think of all this on the drive home? That was really good.
I've lived the last 20 years in the mob, honey. Of course.
That's true. Yes.
I'm always worried about somebody killing me or plotting against me.
That hour felt like a whole week.
Yeah. I think what I'm trying to say is we got to play this right. And if I already have the first piece of information with a name on it, I can at least say, hey, it wasn't the Ventru. They didn't sign for it. Now, as per my notes, I can tell you, most interesting is that the Ventru also had a box of similar size on the same shipment from Pier 7.
I wanted to talk about that.
Well, honey, now's your time.
What if I was an accident?
Huh? Well, honey, you would not be the first thing born into this world as an accident.
What if I was an unintended byproduct of a major ritual?
So here's the deal. I'm actually thinking it's a little close, but you're actually the success, hun. What did Ash say to us in that meeting? He said that the Ventru, the reason he was sniffing around and believed that the Ventru was guilty for all of this is because the Ventru are always looking to unveil their secrets. Let's say there was two of you. The Tremere are going to know the Ventru are involved if they buy the best product on the boat. So, of course, they let Tremere do it. But if they buy the secondhand leftover Scomblies, box number 2, they get some, if not most of the information without actually playing the hand. You're looking confused. I think what I'm trying to say is we need to slow drip this information out to them. We have the first piece. We can at least lead them near the trail of their own people, and I can keep them off the Venture's back long enough for me to reveal whether or not they are, in fact, in on a much more nefarious plan.
What if I am the second-hand drip Scrobblies?
Oh, yes, the Scomblies, honey.
Me's.
Well, then my question is why the Tremere is so worried about you, and then, not that I would ever set up my own clan, but we could potentially point fingers in a direction in which they could get their, more A+ quality product and get them off your back. Either way, it's a win-win.
Is that what the coterie name is going to be? The second Dripply Drobblies?
The Scomblies. The Scomblies.
Scomblies, sorry.
The Scomblies are what's left over in the bottom of the box when you're done with the pizza, It's the Scomblies.
What if I am that and they've received what they think was most functional?
Maybe that's true. But here's the thing. We also know they didn't expect you to get up and walk out of your damn box because they had no idea what you looked like to begin with.
True. That to me is one of the bigger tellings.
which means all this. He feels like we were supposed to, if we were to find the box that David came in, he specifically told us not to get near it because whatever was inside was dangerous. Hear me out.
Camera pans over to a very pleasant looking
very
David.
Dangerous.
Now, I hate to break it to you, Elspeth, but you're the wild card here. Based on my notes, gestures to book, Betty, Leon, and myself were hired for the box going to the Ventru. You were the only one tagging along who was not looking for that box. You were the one looking for David's box. More importantly, you came with a very important key. Most notably tonight, we most recently learned that your sire and whatever it is that y'all are in on with your clan is about keeping David safe, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so hear me out. Rule, stay away from the box. We did not do that. We read the warning after we opened it, okay? What if the stone that is in David's chest is the thing that stabilizes him to not be dangerous? Your sire sent you to actually, no offense, to literally mess with the atomic bomb. Hypothetically. Metaphor, whatever there, David. And by putting this fucking stone in his chest, you've stabilized the bomb.
Then you made me more than Scomblies.
Precisely. This is why I was telling you, honey, you're not the Scomblies. The Scomblies are in the other box. And if the other box didn't get a little heart gem stone, what did the Ventru end up with?
Yes. I see.
You don't sound or look like you see. You look very, very befuddled.
A little. I'm trying to just follow everything.
Was
I
the
got a
second
visual.
box the same size as my box?
Yes. It was rather large. We left Betty and Leon to deliver that one to fulfill their end of the bargain. In exchange, we were not to look in the box. The exact same words almost used to the T that the Tremere told us if he said we found your box. Too many similarities? I thought so too.
What does a dangerous version of me look like?
I don't know. I don't really want to know, honey. Do you remember the discomfort you consistently told us about when you first emerged from the box that led you to Magpie's doorstep with the stone? Remember how attached you were to it? It's because you weren't whole, honey. You was missing a piece of you. Elspeth had that piece given to her by her clan, more than likely, who had been sitting on it for who knows how long. For her to end up on that exact specific night with a specific box with her symbol stamped on the side, come on. I believe in serendipity, but honey.
So I'm just trying to, I think the reason I'm
let me put this in layman's terms. You and your clan actively fucked up the delivery of David to the Tremere.
That part I picked up on. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out why or what or why would this be? Like, why is this happening? What does it mean?
It's just stuff that you already know. So your character isn't completely left in the dark in this moment. Annika told you that her primary concern was knowing that if he got into the hands of the Tremere, he'd be picked apart and killed.
Yeah.
Now you don't know why Annika cares, obviously. Okay. The Tremere having signed via the shell company indicates that he was looking to keep it secret from other Tremere, but not necessarily that he was looking to go against the other Tremere.
Okay, so let's talk about the why. Why in God's name would the Hecata be sitting on probably an ancient artifact that's in fact the beating heart of a big stone man? Why?
Because the Tremere are dangerous and he should not be in the hands of the Tremere.
Yes, but honey, it goes a lot deeper than that. And it's a lot more petty.
How do you know? Okay, go ahead. Share your theory.
Love that.
I'm part of a dying clan whose bloodline has been
my clan is dying. Literally was almost genocided.
Ravnos is dying. David's one of a kind.
Bear with me, I got a point. Let's just say, hypothetically, I am part of a clan. My bloodline is dying.
You're a Ventru. You're thriving.
Hypothetically, go with it here.
Oh, hypothetically. Oh, okay, sorry, I missed that part. Okay,
I'm part of a clan, much like you, hypothetically speaking, are part of a dying clan. Your blood is not as strong as it once was. You've merged together just to be able to have a single name and place for yourself in our society. Do you think you're really worried about the Tremere and what kind of weapons they can get? No, honey. You're worried about the legacy of your bloodline. That is because David is carrying ancient Hecata blood. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. Just tell me I'm wrong.
That's a good theory. Out of character. But I don't know if Elspeth wants to believe that. Well, actually, maybe she...
your clan were protectors, were they not?
Yes.
Do they protect
Does David
everyone?
know that? Yeah.
I think in the convert convo with Annika, it was...
That's right.
Yeah.
Do they protect everyone?
No, I think just who it's in their interest to protect.
Who would be in their interest to protect?
You.
Why?
Because, points to Janet, you might have some sort of ancient Hecata blood in you or something.
And what is the one thing we all learn that we don't give a Tremere?
Power.
No, honey, your blood.
Blood and power.
I knew that. I almost said that. I felt silly for not
even
saying
David,
it.
we don't give the Tremere our blood. So if we hand over David, who is a triple vial worth of potentially ancient blood of a lost clan, that's the weapon they're talking about. They're talking about knowledge. They're talking about ancient power. They're not talking about a nuclear bomb or David's rough hands going around the neck of some woman. They're talking about your legacy, your blood.
Oh boy.
And I can tell by that smirk on Mathis's face that I am right somewhere in all of this.
All I can think to myself is like, you guys have been playing with me for a long time. But I love it. I absolutely fucking love it.
Okay. So,
I won't say where you are and where you're not, but you
I don't know yet, but I'll tell you what, I didn't get where I am because of hard proof. I got here because of my instincts, and Janet Janetti's instincts are as solid as a steel wall. So.
I don't doubt that.
What I can tell you is this is all about families. This is all about bloodlines at this point, which means it is way above our pay grade, which continues to back up the fact I think we're the Fall Guys.
Yes, back to that then.
That's the coterie name, the Fall Guys.
Oh, I mean, that's a good one. I'll add it to the contender list.
Yeah,
that one actually is probably the most accurate so far.
So far, yes.
If you're correct.
If the theory is correct. Okay, so yes, back to that thought of us being the Fall Guys. So how do we? So you're saying to undo this potential problem of us being Fall Guys, we should start dripping this information to Ash and the Tremere Chantry.
Correct. We got to look as innocent as possible. We need to do our jobs. First piece of information in the bag. Let's set them on Siaka's doorstep as the person who's holding company and see what comes back from it. Because here's the thing, if they're surprised as well, I'm hoping they're going to have enough internal unrest that it should take us off the burner, at least for just a little bit. So here's where things are going to get a little sticky. We got good, hard, solid proof that we could turn over. His name is Magpie. Problem with Magpie is it ties back to our trip to New York, which far supersedes this investigation.
Okay. Continue.
So we either need to find somebody to fuck around with Magpie's memories, if they haven't been fucked around with enough, to help us out a little bit, or Magpie's basically a loose end and is the thing that's going to get us caught. So we need to watch him like a hawk.
Well, he just walked right out of the quarry, and I don't even know where the heck he's going. So hopefully,
my hope is he's going back to Leon. He's kind of got that on wraps right now. But
okay.
Second, of all the people that saw David, that isn't us, who were, offed or whatever, one of them survived thanks to our help. Remember our friend Roman, the Bruja?
The Bruja person, yes.
Well, yes, okay. I say we go to him because he's going to want to know who offed his girlfriend in the park. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we get him to help us out. He owes us one.
Yes.
Wants to know how he can help. We need somebody outside of this to maintain our contract with the Tremere. We cannot expressly tell anyone what it is we're working on. So I thought we'd go, I'd drop him a line, I'd get him and the Bruja to start sniffing out why somebody might want to make an attack on us or make us look guilty. Let them do some of the hard legwork while we are trying to, stay on track.
That is the question of all of this. Who would do this, and why us? Why are we the people who have to deal with all of this? I mean, I guess I can understand why me, possibly. Because
you were the only one that was there for David.
Yeah.
The others were not there for David, right?
Like
they got pulled in.
Remind me
tangentially.
Again,
they were there for the other box.
So let me guess, you're going to ask the question, remind me again why we were there at all? Yeah,
yes.
I asked myself this question at least 3 times on the way home, okay?
Yes.
I thought about this.
Why you and Janet?
Why us?
Or Betty and...
As somebody that may or may not had extended criminal activity in her background, what I can tell you is when you set up a fall guy, you need other people with them, even if you just targeted one. And usually you get an outside contact that would have otherwise no interest in working with you to bring in extra people to be on site so that they can be tagged guilty. In walk myself, Betty, and Leon. What we need to figure out is where Betty's contact got the job originally, because Betty is the one who brought myself and Leon in for the gig. Leon got some really weird messages. Funnily enough, he also got another weird message embedded in the missing frames from the camera out front. Remember? Do you remember those haunting words?
No.
I do.
What was it?
Sorry had to always. Sorry had to always what? Shoot a Bruja on your doorstep?
Okay.
Somebody outside of our circle of trust and my grid, because I have no way of identifying them, is slowly offing every person that comes in contact with David. Not that I would ever speak poorly of my own clan, but I'm not convinced the Ventrue aren't in on this. In fact, I'm not entirely certain that the Ventrue aren't the ones that are setting us up and weren't paid by the Tremere to make sure we were on site and guilty. You are the loose piece that they could not have planned for.
Yes, I think I'm understanding that, and you might be right, Janet. It does seem like your clan might be a little guilty here, but look, so you think that like maybe you were like the main target potentially, and like the other people, like the whole like Fall Guys scenario of extra people, that like Betty and Leon were kind of collateral to some of this, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
You could say that my siring into our clan was not accepted by everybody willingly or openly.
Ooh,
why did you have my heartstone?
Very valid question. Why did you have that heartstone?
I don't know. Annika gave it to me.
Back to Annika again. Guilty. She's also on my chart.
Guilty?
Guilty. Yes. Guilty, all of them.
Are you a biohakim?
She waited for the opportune moment, and she sent you in to wake David up. She knew you'd wake him up.
But Magpie knew what my heartstone was as well.
Oh, fuck, you're
right.
Just to remind you of details, it's been 20 episodes. The reason is because when you woke up, you had this embedded thing in your head, David. That wasn't anything to do with the Hearthstone. When you woke up, you just had an embedded instruction that you felt compelled to follow.
Which was to get to Marcus, right?
Yeah, which means Siaka, or whoever, you're assuming Siaka. Siaka had the secondary planted in case something happened and you did wake up, you at least had a secondary place to go to he could pick you up from. What he didn't count on is that you were still rather independent as after you got there, you started making your own decisions.
Yeah. So I was supposed to arrive to that place. The surprise was that I had access to the stone and that Marcus knew what to do with the stone. It wasn't well, I wonder what to do with this. He was like, oh, well, this goes under the rib, tuck that in there. So that's
Okay.
the surprising thing.
Okay. And you remember nothing before the box.
I just remember a place of darkness. It sounded like the abyss from what Elspeth told me.
Well, that's unsettling.
So, so maybe Janet, you and your sire, I don't know, what I don't know much about your situation.
Unlike you, I'm going to not tell my sire about any of this because I've already let him know that we have Magpie long before, technically by date, before I signed the contract. So they have nothing on me. I didn't break contract because I told him beforehand, but we might need to keep some things to ourselves because in the end of our little investigation, either we're gonna have to come clean about David or we're gonna have to prove with as much hard evidence as possible that we were not there that night. Or if we were, the only thing we took was the Ventru box.
Janet,
Yes.
if that second box was as large as the one that I came from, would there only be two things that would make sense to have value, like myself? One would be someone like me, or the knowledge on how to make someone like me.
Oh, interesting. So, but then why the Ventru?
Yeah.
Maybe
Other than them trying to get Tremere's secrets.
maybe it was a favor. Maybe something was owed. A gift.
Interesting.
I don't understand how one gains power as a kindred.
I'm the prince. My bestie over here is a Tremere influencer, we'll call him. The Ventru owe the prince something. Just like us gotta work off a debt. Hypothetically speaking.
Prince Iverson's a Toreador, yes, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
no, she's a Ventru.
Oh, she is a Ventru.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Right.
wait.
I'm thinking.
Prince Iverson loves art like me. What if I was supposed to be a gift to the prince because the prince loved art and I've seen the way that Ivy looks at me like the way I look at paintings.
Maybe.
It's not a bad thought.
Could be some sort of gift to the prince.
You don't get to see the prince without either having a lot of people owe you or you owe a lot of people. So,
We saw
go
the
ahead.
prince just by getting into trouble.
oh, the Tremere are vying for a place in the city, right? We've got two different chantries, powers all over the place. They've recently gone through a civil war. What if this is actually about establishing power?
Which one
For
is
the
better
Tremere?
chantry?
And what better way to impress the prince in which you're trying to earn a seat? Because technically right now, the local government doesn't have a Primogen representative for the Tremere. What better way to gain the power that you need and supersede the other chantry than to have a seat by a representative on the fucking council?
But wouldn't having some sort of potentially masquerade breaching individual not really be something that the prince would be all about? They're all about protecting the masquerade. And if you ask me, David's kind of a violation of that.
I disagree. None of you protect the masquerade every moment of every night.
He's actually correct in that regard. I actually think this goes back to the blood thing. Even if only, let's say, one of the bloods pumping through David's very hard exterior is ancient. Power, my understanding, is passed through the blood. So not only would the Tremere want it for their experiments and what they could learn from it, but wouldn't a prince also want it?
Yeah.
What do the prince of the city think of elders.
What kind of elders, hon?
Yeah.
If I am someone that is very old, would I not have ideals that might conflict with more modern ways of thinking?
Yes.
But
Some
what if
adapt,
I was
some
as
don't.
strong as an elder, but I had no memories and that I was free to mold like clay or the stone that I can shift?
Maybe. But did they know that one way or the other? I don't know if that's a guarantee.
It may have been an accident, or maybe it was intentional.
Annika seemed hell bent on the fact that if you did become Tremere property, they would rip you apart, whether that is metaphorical or not. They will experiment on you, and the reason I don't know shit about science, but most of the time the reason we experiment on something is to learn how it works.
Yeah. So if they knew what you were, that's the thing. I don't think that the Tremere fully know, these Tremere at least, the Tremere of the Salem Chantry, know what David is, what he's capable of. So the whole maybe be giving a gift to the prince thing, I don't know if that's quite the line of thinking.
I think we've been really concerned about why David was made, and we missed the point. Which is that if an ancient bloodlines need to be hid somewhere, what better way to do it than inside of a very beautiful vial?
I will tell you, Janet, something I've wanted to tell you. That
Does Janet's face like go from like contemplative to very serious?
I'm listening.
My bloodline specifically is that not of the Giovanni, but of the Cappadocians. And I'm sure you have dealt more with the Giovanni in your time than the Cappadocians. Not many have dealt with my side of the family because there's not a lot of us left. But
and I mean, you're all still Kakata, technically.
Yes. Now we're, one big
happy
group.
family.
Yes. But the thing about my particular bloodline is that we are women who were chosen to be warriors and protectors. And that's always been part of my blood.
You can give me a intelligence. What is it? Politics, maybe? Let me open up a character sheet.
I'll take a politics. It'll be better than anything else I've got.
Hang on, let me look.
What about a cult?
Yeah, that's probably a better call, honestly.
Well, I can make that roll. It just won't be great, but that's okay.
Both would be appropriate.
I just may get something else off politics.
Politics or occult. And I was going to say you can also make a roll, David, for that.
I got 2 successes. I won't be able to re-roll anything.
I'm just curious. I'm gonna. Maybe I don't rouse.
I'm in the same place.
Yeah, exactly. And to refresh my memory, what was the last line you said, Tracy, to them? You're a protector.
We're
your protector.
Women who are meant to be warriors or protectors.
Cool.
Yes.
I got a bestial failure.
You could willpower one of them, but I will tell you that would be a waste. How many successes, Dot? 2?
Yeah, 2.
Okay. No, none. That doesn't ring a bell to either of you. That doesn't mean Cappadocian, obviously, but women warrior protector clan. That's. I mean, there's a ton of sub branches for clans, or used to be, but that doesn't.
Okay, so this just backs up my theory that you and your sire and your clan, if you would, regardless as if you're one big happy family now under the Hakata name, are out there trying to keep your bloodline safe. David, I would put money I don't have, though I do have some, down on the fact
less, thanks to Elspeth.
Don't worry, that's in my ledger. That David is at least of ancient Cappadocian blood.
Yes, and I also think that he's meant to be protected by me
I'm not going to disagree with you. The problem is we still haven't figured out the why. The Tremere, if it is about bloodlines, we know that they do magic from blood. Do you imagine what they could do with your ancient blood?
I know, and I don't want to know what they could do.
I imagine this is why Yesiah is so passionate about us assuring he doesn't make it into Tremere hands. So I will reiterate the fact that telling people we were involved or saw a box at all with the Cappadocian symbol on it should be avoided at all costs.
I agree.
So right now, if somebody asks you if we were at the docks that night, you say, what docks?
Okay, noted. Don't know what
you
docks.
don't have to lie about it. The response is, what docks?
Okay.
Okay. I desperately could really use a hearty meal, just like a liver or something. He's still got some good parts. I could use an eat. And I need to make a couple phone calls because as much as I really love being everybody's sugar mama here, if we don't start making some money off this quarry, we're going to go broke.
Okay. Yes, I agree. I could also use a little
that
something.
Being said, because of who I am at my heart, I can't move forward without us getting a couple upper hands on the Tremere to assure that we have all the information at our disposal. I thought maybe you and David would like a trip to the library.
I've been meaning to go.
Would like that, yes.
The libraries around here tend to have historical blueprint documentation of certain homes. Considering the fact that that one was marked out front with a plaque for the Historical Society, I imagine there are at least blueprints in there. You have the address, you know where it was. Look up all the information you can on that house. If you find a blueprint, even better. I want to know what they've changed on the inside versus how the house was originally built. And any other historical information you think might be relevant, like changes of hands, who has purchased it over the years, who it belongs to now, the works.
Which out of character, which house?
The Chantry, honey, the Chantry.
No. Yes, okay. Out of character.
Above table.
What? Okay. That's fine. Also, out of character, maybe I'm not following. Why are you so interested in all the info on the Chantry?
Janet wants to be able to have all the information she wants to have on the Tremere, and the easiest, most viable option is to get information on the original location, whether it's been changed by them. Obviously, she does not expect you to find that in local library, but what was the house originally, who owned it, what are the blueprints, and then based on the fact they walked us through, we can say, oh, well, this room wasn't there originally, right? It's information to Janet is as good as gold. Most of the time.
Okay. Yes, the Essex Street building. I can see if I can find some information on that.
I'm gonna write that into here. My location section.
I'm writing some notes down too.
Yeah, we can do some looking. I have some stuff I want to look into also. So yeah, David, maybe we can make a little trip over to the library.
Mathis, what was the numbers that I received? Was it 532 or 537?
537. 537. I have that on your page. It's at the top.
Thank you.
Yep, 537. Yeah, number 537.
Okay. Then yeah, I think that he would be excited about that. He probably looks at Elspeth.
Can we stop for milkshakes first?
Yes, we can stop for milkshakes.
And I'm going to let you take the car. You've driven a van before, so I can trust you. And I hand the keys over to Elspeth. Just bring her back in one piece because guess what? That's the only one we got.
I got this. I drive a hearse, okay? I can drive your little car.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, my little luxury vehicle. Go for it. Just bring her back in one piece, yeah?
You got it.
So we watched the two of them walk off. Janet's going to make some phone calls to some companies. I'm assuming we're talking like construction companies to get some stuff going. The companies you're working with, are they going to be companies that are connected to anybody you know? Mob Connection? Okay, cool. I didn't know if you wanted to go Mob Connection or not.
I wanted to go Mob Connection, one, because I'll get the best deal, but two, if I'm like, we don't look in those 3 bins, they're not going to go, well, why? Right? Because it's the mob.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It'll be more secretive, and it gets me out from underneath. For Janet right now, until the business is set up, she doesn't want kindred eyes on her. She needs the autonomy to build this business to make the play she wants to make.
The pitch to the mob is you're going to make a profit for them with it, right? Well, because they're going to want to see money out of this side of themselves.
It goes back into the laundering. So now we have a better business to launder better and more larger quantities of money. And 2, she gets rid of bodies there. It's a dumping ground. So when they have bodies that need to be disposed of, Janet disposes of them. They think she buries them at the quarry. She eats them.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic.
And most of this is tied to the debt she owes to the mob, which is one of the flaws that I hold. I think I hold a single dot of debt to them, which that debt will always be laundering their money. She's just trying to find a better business to launder it through. And then the mob also has a construction business under their belt, which makes them more money. So,
do you have a specialty in business or anything like that? I just want to have you make me just like a general role for like pitching the idea to the mom. Not they're going to say no, but like what kind of cut they might look for.
You want me just to make an intelligence? Like I've got a finance check.
I was going to go charisma. Like you can go charisma, finance.
Yeah.
This is just like the conversation to represent a conversation of you having with the mob of being like, listen, I need an investment. I need some people to come in here and make this place, like fix some buildings, reopen this. Here's what we're going to do with it.
I can re-roll 2 of those, which I will.
Yeah, go for it. 4
because I have all the willpower. I just don't have the. I can't rouse right now. So, we'll just re-roll 2 for the sake of rolling.
Hey, so I got another success. So that's 5 successes. Beautiful. So you make a very, very convincing pitch of like, listen. You give me this amount, rebuild this, whatever, you're going to make your cut back and then some. And, you do your whole shtick.
Plus the extra benefit of dumping bodies. Now you got a clean place to dump your bodies.
Exactly. So you go and do that. On the drive to them getting the milkshake and stuff, is there any conversation the two of you want to have before you get to the library and meet Peggy?
Yeah, I think David has had some degree of like fixation on something, but he hasn't mentioned it because he didn't want to derail. So you could tell, like David, he's fidgeting when he has something on his mind. There's probably like the occasional, like I think it's like a meshing of his lips, like he's kind of pursing his lips, and he does like some fidgeting with his hands when he's got something to say or he might be a little nervous. And it's not something that's quiet because his skin is more like stone textured. So you hear like that almost like grating noise of stone on stone where his palms are kind of like mashing into each other.
Ooh, it's probably a little actually like unsettling for the ear. Like one of those like sounds you don't really like to hear too much.
Probably, yeah.
You okay, David? You meshing a lot with your fingers there.
Is all of it true? Do you think it is all true?
Everything that we just discussed with Janet?
Yes.
I don't think all of it is true. It's a lot of theorizing, and I think we're on the right path, but it's hard to say if it's all true or not because we're just going off what we know right now, which isn't that much.
Do you think that there is another kindred in the other box?
I don't know. Could be. Yes. Could have been possible. But it really could have been anything. We don't know. Why does this trouble you, David?
Do you have any siblings?
I did.
How do you feel about them?
I was close.
Do you miss them?
Yeah.
Would that kindred in the other box be my sibling?
Maybe. It could be.
What if they took the memory and I took the abilities? And what if they wanted to meet me or hurt me or even protect me? Should I defend myself? Should I allow them?
I think it would be good to protect yourself. Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I think the best we can do is try to find out more. And if there even was somebody in there, we don't know for certain. Maybe we should have opened that box. But we'll never know now. Well, I want to say we'll never know now, but it's going to be a lot harder for us to find out now.
Would they look like me?
I think you're one of a kind, David. It's hard to say.
What makes me one of a kind is my wings.
Your wings, your stature, your face, everything seems like it's almost perfect.
Then what separates me from you? My wings? Are you not also the same way?
I think it depends also if you're sibling, siblings by birth look similar, but siblings by vitae could look very different. So, but if we ever did encounter this person, this potential of a kindred or whatever, I feel like maybe you would just know, I feel like, David, you would feel it if they were related to you in some way. I believe you would just know.
I wish I knew of the kindred that were used to make me. It would make more sense, or I would have an easier time understanding why I feel the things that I feel.
We may find out one day. I feel like we're getting closer. We're at least getting some answers.
Maybe Peggy knows. Maybe she can help me.
Yeah, who's Peggy, by the way? I think I might have missed some.
Peggy is the librarian. She is very nice.
You've met her before?
Yes, she tried to take my picture, and I told her that Janet would not be happy about that.
It's probably for the best.
She gave me a library card.
Oh. Is she's not like us, is she?
In what way? Like kindred. She is not a kindred.
Okay, so she's just a regular old person that you...
Oh, I don't think she is regular. I don't know if she is old, but she's very kind, and it would be nice if I was hoping that Janet would as well, but if you would all meet her.
Okay, I'm happy to meet her. She's important to you.
She is the first person who did not treat me like I was simple.
That's important.
It is, yes. Not that you or Janet regularly treat me like I am simple, but sometimes you look at me like I am a painting that is wrong.
I understand. It's hard.
I know that I am not easy to deal with, and I know that I have a lot of questions. I'm sorry for that. You did not ask to be a teacher or a mother.
Don't be sorry. You are just trying your best. I think we all are in some way. And I get it. Well, I don't fully get it. I'm not in your shoes or lack thereof, but I know that you're trying to figure out a lot and juggle a lot.
If I do have a sibling, I hope that they're nice and that they think about me as well.
They might. I hope if that is the case, that we find them.
Maybe.
While we're at this library, I'm going to be looking in some books on Greek writing and text to do a little deciphering.
I'm probably going to be asking Peggy to help me. Leon really wanted me to use a computer, but my hands were too large, and I broke a few of the keycaps.
Well, if you need help there, I'm happy to, but I always prefer writing myself.
And as you drive up, I sent a picture in the Discord again to remind you, but that's what the Waltham Public Library looks like. It's a simple one-story brick building, has kind of Corinthian columns that surround the door, and on each side, 6 large arched windows. As you pull up, you see it's pretty empty. You know, the lights are on inside. It's open still. Got another hour or so before it closes. And you park across the street rather easily. As you do when you walk up to the library, you just swing the front door open, and behind the desk, right, kind of toward the front of the where the door is Peggy. Sat back there. It looks like she's typing away with her. She's like slightly hunched as she's like looking at the screen. She's typing away at something. She hears the door open and she says, "Welcome in, welcome in." But kind of keeps like her voice down a little bit and waves you in before looking up after saying that and immediately recognizing David. And you see a big smile across her face. Tracy, were you here when I described Peggy the first time?
I don't think so.
Tracy
no.
wasn't here in that session.
Do you want to describe her, or should you have me? She's like in her 50s, 60s era. Like last time, I think she had her hair up in a bun.
She was latter 50s, very like Miss Frizzle, sort of like almost just not quite hippie, but you know what? Best described by Mathis. I think he'll kill it.
As you approach, you'll actually see she's got herself a little sweater vest that has a bunch of pumpkins and fall leaves all over it as summer's coming to an end in this world, and we're seeing fall kind of come across. And she says, you actually see she has like a little thermos she's sipping from, and it says, "My favorite book is all of them." And she's like typing away something, and she's got glasses on, and she recognized David, and she stands up, and she's like, "I didn't think I was gonna see you again, and you brought a new friend." And she smiles, and she's like, "Do you know David well?" And she looks to you, Elle, when she says that.
Yes, David and I are good friends, actually. Yeah.
She smiles. A milkshake. I hope that you like vanilla.
She immediately says, "That's my favorite." And she grabs the vanilla and takes a big sip. She's like, "I'm so glad to see you not alone this time, David. Especially since last time when your first time at the library."
Well, I didn't think that it was important to have someone with me, but I'm glad that you are grateful to have someone here with me. This is Elspeth. She is my friend.
She says, and she goes, "It's always good to have a friend." And she says, "Well, how can I help you? Just want to look around, pick out some books?"
I did not finish my books. I still have them. I hope that is okay.
Do you have your library card? Oh, wait, no. Did you get your card last time, or did you put the application in and didn't get your card?
We put the application in.
Okay. So as time she goes, "Well, I have a little present for you." And she turns around and she like opens a little drawer and she pulls out a white envelope with no writing on it. And she opens it. You can see a few different, like maybe 4 or 5 different library cards that are being waiting to be picked up. And she pulls out one, puts it in, then pulls out another one, sees your picture, and she brings it around. And it's laminated. And it's like your first ID almost. And she slides it across and she's like,
"Cute.
Your library card is already all laminated for you. You're officially a member of the Waltham Library."
Cute.
He's thrilled, like just absolutely thrilled. He probably even turns and like looks at it, but you see, it's like this momentary acceptance when he looks back to you, Elspeth, and he just says, "I belong here now."
That's great.
Elspeth wanted to look for some information, and I was hoping that you could help me as well.
I would love to. What can I help you both with? What information are you looking for, sweetie?
Could you just point me to like the language and linguistics sections?
Yep. She just points you out down like a few whatever. And if you're looking for any particular author or whatever, you can ask her. But obviously, you're looking for a translation book essentially. And so you march off that way. And she's like, and what are you? And she looks to you, David, and curious how she can help you.
I was wondering if you had anything in regards to the history of Salem, of Boston.
Oh Lord, do we ever? Maybe too much. And she smiles. And she's like, what are you looking for?
I saw a note in a building recently that had a name, and I do not know the name, but she was someone from the Salem witch trials. And I was hoping that you could tell me more about them.
I might be able to. What was the name? And she sits at the computer and she brings up, or rather, she has like a Dewey Decimal System too that she kind of uses with index cards and stuff. She's like, well, let me just, you know what? Let me take you. And she'll walk you over to the historical, like the Massachusetts historical section, or rather the New England historical section would probably be more likely. And you obviously a ton of books by a ton of authors, big books that are picture books, thick novels that are historical pieces on the Salem witch trials, the 16 and 1700s, like anything and everything you could want for the historical aspect of this area, you can find right here.
I was specifically looking for information in regards to that last name, Good. I wanted to find anything relating to the person. I think her name was it? It wasn't Candace. Constance. Constance told us that the individual that was supposed to have been a man was actually a woman. Mm-hmm. That name was that wasn't the regent, was it?
No, not the regent.
That was a historical figure. Hale is the last name I think you're looking for.
Yeah. Joshua, I believe, or Jonathan or something very. Yeah, I'll look.
Yeah. Tab my business here. Magistrate Hale is the portrait in the hallway.
There you go.
Magistrate. Okay, yeah. I wanted some information on that, and then he would ask about specifically the Hagia and the correlation of the Hagia Sophia and 537. If that
she anything. Doesn't. I'll have her make a roll. You know what? I'll give her a roll, but I don't think she's gonna know what.
Come on, librarian, come through for us.
You never know. She can point you to where the books go.
Sure.
So it's like a raw academic. It's not that she's not smart. She's smart. It's just this is very specific.
Does she have a specialty though?
Not in Greek, not in ancient, not like ancient.
No, but in librarianship.
You know what? I'll give it to her. Why not? Let's do it. 2 successes. She wouldn't know, but she can bring you to like the historical section of that area, Istanbul and Turkey and all that of that era. Yeah, you can look around. You can make me a intelligence academics role of you going through these books and just kind of like looking through things. And Sarah Good is, you can look at, there's a wiki page dedicated to this woman.
Okay.
She is from the one of the first three women to be accused of witchcraft in Salem. And I will just drop you.
Can I use my art history bonus with that?
Yes, actually you can.
Ugh.
Man, what a rough roll.
Yeah.
You could reroll 2 of them with a willpower. It's not it's having 3 successes certainly isn't the worst if you can get all,
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try. You know what? I'll try.
Some is better than none.
I agree.
It's not an insane roll I'm looking for here.
Nope.
Damn.
No, it's just not allowed.
Yeah. Maybe if you ask for help with the librarian, I could give you another bonus roll, but that's it.
You get one more from the librarian's help?
Yeah, I'll give you a 1 more D10 because I can give it to you with 2. It's not a hard thing. It's just 1 is not enough.
No.
Man, the dice fucking hate.
Damn.
Yeah. So we spend time looking at books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure. The only thing you find, I guess the only thing you would find with a 1 is the Hagia Sophia was finished in 537.
Okay.
So you can connect that. Anything more than that, it's a lot more than that. you need a lot more successes if you wanted more. If there's more to be had, David wouldn't even necessarily know if there's more to be had.
I will. I'll tell her 1 minute, and then I think I would probably go back to Elspeth because David doesn't know how to spell something. He's heard them say several times, and he needs help. So
in the meantime,
he's written something down, and like he's gonna try to find Elspeth.
As you go to look for Elspeth has been looking at books this whole time. You're a lot more focused on what you're looking for. You have I can get the word in my notes, but do you have the word that I wrote for you out in Greek? If you want to grab that.
I do, yes. Yes, here it is. I have no idea.
Yeah. It's not anything crazy. It's not like it's like a magical spell or anything. It simply translates to English, Lamia, beware.
Oh. Okay. Lamia,
arguably, the beware could be translated into other things, but that's the pretty direct translation, and I'll leave it at that. It's pronounced in Greek, Lamia philax.
Ooh, cool. Like, what do the other? Just so Elspeth is like triple, quadruple checking. Like, what are the other translations like vaguely alluding to? Is it like beware? You're in trouble, like beware, or is it like beware of us? You know,
more. You believe it to be more beware of the Lamia. It arguably could be Lamia protect or something along those lines. But yeah, more of a
protect. Okay,
yeah.
Got it. Okay, interesting. All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to make you. There's no role for that. You're just looking for a Greek to English translation book, and that is it.
Yes.
Technically ancient Greek, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, so there you go. So David would round the corner as you probably like, okay. Like you have an understanding of what that means now. And David, as you round the corner, there she is. She sat at a table, just like one of those cheap wooden tables where she's just looking at a translation book.
I have not been very successful in my findings. I hope that things have been better for you.
You see her just like close a book, close the other book that she's looking at, and pull them to the side. Yes, actually, very successful. I think I actually have everything I need. That was pretty short and sweet, and I figured it out.
I have one more thing I would like to look up, but I do not know how to spell it.
Oh, what are you looking for?
And he'll slide his attempt at trying to write this name. He wrote Dijon sciatica.
Yep, cool.
Is this the man that we are looking for?
Very close.
Elspeth knows this person, the name. So I assume she'll be able.
You know how to spell it correctly. Correct. You know what he's trying to get to here.
Dijon, Siaka. You're close. It's more spelt like this, and she'll write it out.
Oh, that's back pain. Not Siaka. I understand.
Correct, and that's a type of mustard. Yes, Dijon.
Is this his real name then?
Yes, this is how you spell it.
He took mustard as a real first name.
No. It's a little bit different spelled. So
maybe I was wrong about Betty. Maybe she does know someone named Barnacle and cardboard.
So you're trying to find more about this friend of ours?
Yes, if they are someone that has been here and have been historically involved, maybe there is information about them in the library.
Oh, yeah, I guess we could take a look. Did you happen to look into those other things that Betty was... Or Janet, oh my God. I keep messing up Betty and Janet.
I hope you do that to Janet's face one day. Hope you call her Betty.
This is like freaking secretary all over again.
Oh man.
Good times.
And her name is Katie, by the way.
I still can't remember her fucking name.
Jesus Christ.
So did you find the other things that Janet was looking for about, the history and everything like that?
The history of what exactly?
Like the Salem house and all of that good stuff?
I didn't find the blueprints. I didn't even think to ask. But I wasn't going to leave until we had crossed everything off of our list.
I see. Yes. Okay. Let's look and see if we can find anything on this Dijon. And
I will
if
see
not,
if Peggy knows anything about them.
Maybe we shouldn't look. David, Peggy seems like a nice person.
She's very nice.
I think we should keep hanging out with her, but I don't know if we should like give her details on like everything we're looking into just for safety, because you know all the stuff that's going on. Like, you can't be too safe, as Janet would say. Maybe we shouldn't ask directly somebody.
Is there an indirect way to ask for Mr. Mustard?
Possibly, or we just do it secretly. Covert.
The last time we tried this, Janet was very, very angry with us.
You know me. I love a little look. It might be the feeding type in me, but I like to be a little more stealthy sometimes.
Do you know how her rows work? She has rows of cards.
Yes, I'm familiar with the Dewey Decimal System, as I learned it in school.
Could you find it in her rows of cards?
Yes, or if Mr. Dijon has been to this library at some point.
He has a library card too.
Exactly.
Oh.
We could look through her little Rolodex and see if we can find any info. I think maybe you have a nice little conversation. Maybe you ask Miss Peggy to give you a little tour of the library. And while you do, I'll go in.
A tour of the library.
Maybe, just look, David, you distract Peggy. And I can go behind her desk and go through her Rolodex and see if I can find any information.
There is a camera, though.
I do. If I remain really, really still for a long time, I kind of blend in with things. That's my specialty.
But if you remain still, how will you make your way to the computer?
I can figure it out.
Okay.
This is just This is just an option. We don't have to do this. Because I think to be honest, I don't know how much they might have on this Dijon. I think
Can it hurt to ask?
I don't think we should ask.
I don't feel very good about taking from her, though.
I think we should just focus on what we were focusing on, which is like the blueprints and all of that stuff. That's just my personal take. I don't know. I don't think that this guy, Dijon, is like an ancient kindred or anything like that would have like be written in the books or anything. I think that they're just a Tremere person, kindred. So I don't think there's anything more to look into there. Or at least here at the library.
Is there a reason why asking her about Mr. Sayaka is an issue?
If for some reason we were being tailed, followed, trailed, which we know we have been because every person we talk to, bad things happen. Thinking about that with Peggy kind of actually gets like Elspeth has a moment where she's like, oh God, hope Peggy's safe. But just saying, David, that if we're being trailed or followed and somebody wants to like follow everything we've done, they may come to the library and question Peggy. And if Peggy mentions that we were here asking around about somebody named Dijon, you could see how that could potentially break our trail or whatever. It could be bad. We just have to be like the most careful, with every little thing we do. We weren't careful in New York, and now we're here. I've learned. See?
We've learned. It's true.
We've learned. Yes. So I think it's best to be safe rather than sorry.
I agree. Well.
Oh. Yes. So let's just look around. Let's get our little history on Salem, Massachusetts, and the witches and all that stuff. See what the Essex building, like what we can find on that, and we'll circle back to that Dijon fellow and see if we can find more information. I just don't know if the library is going to be the place to find it.
It might be the only place to find it. Nobody seems to come here.
It's very late. Like, it's late for the library. Like, yeah, there's not many people in here at night before, like an hour before closing.
Even Peggy said that I should bring more friends with me because not many people come to the library anymore.
Well, we can always come back. It'll be here. She'll be here.
I don't know why people don't come here.
Because I don't know. There's a lot of great resources at the library. I love the library.
If there were more like me, I would be here all of the time. I don't want to see this as a place where words go to die.
I agree.
So, is the plan to distract her and get behind the counter? Is that what we want to do?
I personally don't. I don't think we're going to get much from that. My thought is we just focus on
blueprints.
On the blueprints, focus on the Essex building and any other info we can get on the existing chantry.
Well, why don't we call this a good place for break? And when we return, we'll get that blueprints done, get the coterie back together, and to go from there. So we'll be back in a few minutes, everybody. Go refresh your drinks, all that good stuff. We'll be back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back in.
We're just going to jump right back into it at the library where we left off with David and Elspeth. Please, actually, just take the scene from here because you're at the table. You kind of had your little discussion of like, okay, we're going to go sneak behind. No, we're not. So what do you do from this moment when you're like, okay, well, maybe unlikely we'll find that Dijon has his library card. Maybe that's not what we should do.
Okay, David, I think we should just finish our research here, do a little bit more looking on the Chantry stuff, and then be on our way for the evening. I also, I recognize I'm getting a little on the hangry side, and I know when I get like this, it's not great. So I should probably do something about that after this.
I am also hungry.
Yeah, we should probably take care of that.
Mathis, how far away is the petting zoo?
I mean, it's a little flight away. It's not massively far.
Okay. Got you. So then I would be able to get away from here and still have plenty of time in the night. More or less. Yes. I'll take that as yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the likelihood is that David would agree. He would probably just kind of be interested in some of the Salem witch trials, bits of historical information, and look for the blueprints if Peggy can find that.
Yeah, there's a whole section of like historical like building blueprints and a public like whatever. Who's going to get those? Is it going to be David?
I'm happy to take the lead on it. Like I'll take the lead on it with David. We'll probably go together because I'm done with my stuff.
Sure.
And I'll take the lead on looking.
Okay. Yeah, if you're just looking for blueprints and stuff, she'll bring you like a little back room, kind of similar to the one you were in for that little meeting area, David, where you did the blood thing, but except instead of it being empty, it's like filing cabinets and kind of just like a more stagnant, duller area. And she shows you how they're filed, but she does have to stay back here. And if you need anything, like the blueprints Xeroxed or whatever, she can do that for you. But they belong to the city. She has to make sure that like, not that she thinks you're going to steal, but it's just part of the job. Because the room itself is locked. She needs to bring you back there, unlock it.
Okay.
But you're welcome to look around, and you would find exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking for the historical blueprint document of that specific building, for where the Chantry is located, you find it. Absolutely. Yeah. Who are you both looking? You can both make me a roll as to like who finds it. Intelligence, academics.
I mean, I can try. I don't think it can.
I don't know if David's just watching or if he's also actively participating.
I mean, would this library have anything on like newspaper reels or anything like that? Like how I've seen before.
Yeah. There's like old newspaper like stuff that's saved and whatnot. What are you looking for in particular?
I'm just not sure what the limitations are. If David would be able to take the name and use the name of Dijon Siaka and try to reference it alone. Like he knows how to chicken
I know
peck.
what you're trying to do. I mean, you can make me an academics intelligence roll.
Yeah,
what
I think you will.
Happening?
Okay, so I have a specialty in research.
Okay, cool.
Which I forgot. So I added that. I rolled shitty, but I got a success, and then I willpower re-rolled one.
Cool. So you got two successes.
I got two successes. Yes.
Yeah, you find it. Absolutely, you find the one you need. You can get it. This is a copy machine in this room. You can make a copy of it. As you look at it, I mean, if you're just looking at it, the first thing you notice is obviously it doesn't match exactly. Do you just make a copy of it before you study it? I'm just curious. Like when you find it, what do you do? Elspeth, do you study it first or do you make a copy of it first?
Probably study it first.
So again, you would notice it would definitely lack some of the rooms that seems like you pass by. But you also notice there is like a little bit of historical context to the building. Like you would see that underneath the building, there's an old like sewer tunnel that would lead to what looks like a sub basement. And you see the note closed 1950. like scribbled onto the blueprint of the like the sewer tunnel that would lead down there. But it clearly doesn't match the chantry exactly as you saw it internally on first glance. So you grab that, make a photocopy of it, obviously. And after you make a photocopy of it and put it away, is there anything else you want to do in the library before we move on?
No, I think we're getting about as much as we're going to get here.
Sure.
So I'm good to move on.
Do you want to feed?
Yeah, I do. I need to. The question is...
You couldn't go to the petting zoo, but you could feed off of a human, David, as well. That is an option.
No, David doesn't like that.
I know he doesn't. He doesn't like it. I just wanted to make sure you know.
Unless it's something that like it just happens, like it's flung upon him through a failure, like bestial failure, then he's always going to opt in for the route of animals.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I am going to go. I probably wouldn't go to the hospital because David's with me. So I guess I'm going back to the old ways of doing this, the way I would with Betty, and find somebody who's a little... Well, usually we both are Sandman, so like we'll try to like break into somewhere.
Yeah, you can just make me the Sandman roll for feeding here.
Yes, let me do that. Let's see, Sandman. I think I can just click on this. It is dexterity stealth. Let me roll that. Dexterity and stealth. And I have a specialty in break-in for this particular feeding type.
I feel like we're learning a lot about Elspeth.
She's not all sweet and innocent. Okay. That was not great.
Yeah, what'd you roll? Sorry, I'm looking up rules real quick.
I rolled one success. I could willpower reroll.
Repel one
of those.
You know, there's a difference between 1 and 2 successes for sure.
Okay, great. So
2 successes.
Yes.
Okay. I just got to double check. I can't remember. Does the mortal have to make a roll to not like die? I don't have the book on me.
Does
like when you bite them to feed?
I believe so.
They have to make a roll, right?
Yeah, and that's the painful part of this whole thing.
Yeah. Do you have that on hand? What that roll is?
Let's see if I click Bane Painful Kiss here on Demiplane. Blah 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 blah. When drinking directly from a victim, Hecata may only take harmful drinks, resulting in blood loss. Unwilling mortals not restrained will try to escape.
Yeah, I'm assuming you knock them out or something. They're already sleeping, obviously, so you can easily knock them out, like punch them in the jaw.
Stamina resolve test.
Okay. And what happens?
Against difficulty 2 plus Bane severity in order to not recoil.
Okay, so I'm going to assume then you knock the fuck out of them, like you fucking hammer them. They're still going to make a roll to not wake up from how painful it is, but it'll be a lower dice pool here. And I'm going to look into something between sessions for next time there's a feeding.
Okay.
With 1, though not 2, I will. He does not wake from it. There's a bit of a movement, maybe even like a wince, like unconsciously. But you're able to drink what, 2 points?
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
At 1.
That's great. Exactly what I needed.
And
all right, I'm all good.
You're good, David. Are you going to hold off for now until the next evening?
Yeah, I think if she's gonna go off, if she needs to feed as well, she's been relatively secretive about that. She doesn't really talk about it a lot. She doesn't really talk about a lot of the personal stuff anyway. But if David can just fly to feed from the petting zoo, then he will.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fine with me. Go ahead and feed. What are you at? 3?
I'll feed down to 1.
Okay. And we will have, obviously, Janet will be at 1 as well because she's finishing the last of her body between then and now. David's going to return. You both have to return to the quarry. You don't have a choice. I was going to say you go back to Salem, but no, you don't. You don't get to choose. You're going to make your way back to the quarry. It's getting pretty late at this point. You're probably coming back in when Janet's been on the phone for a good couple of hours while you were gone, just setting up certain construction like schedules of when they're going to be here and whatnot. You want to make sure that they're like, I wonder what kind of precautions you'll take for like when they're around and when they're not. Will you sleep? We'll worry about that later. That's been going on in the background. And as you can hear the car pulling back up, Janet, as the two of them arrive back from the library. Hopefully, mission successful. But not long after, a few minutes, you hear the gate being pushed open into the gravel, the footsteps of both of them, maybe even both of their voices, as they're just having some, surface level conversation. Before you both all come together, and I imagine Elspeth has paper in hand.
Yes, I do. We are back and did a little bit of research.
Oh, that's good. You made it back in time. I haven't been to see our Bruja friend yet to, ask for a favor.
Oh, right. What have you been up to?
So, what you been doing?
While we've been doing all this,
the extensive phone calls I just made to the absolutely non-criminal organization in which I work for, I have got us set up with a starting plan to renovate this hunk of junk into something that's going to put some cash in our pockets. What have you been doing?
Oh, well, that's good. We went to the library and we got some info on the Chantry. I made a couple of photocopies of the stuff.
Oh, good. Okay. What did we learn anything?
Mostly that what we have, like what they have in the books, doesn't really line up with like the history we've got.
Okay, well, that's still good information. I already kind of knew that, but now I have hard proof.
Yeah. David, did you find anything else while you were doing a little looking?
I was mostly unlucky finding anything.
Okay, well, that's okay. We don't go to the library for all our answers in one session, right? That's why you spent how long in school, Elspeth?
Well, more than the average, actually, because I had extra studies. 5 years.
Okay. Oh, well, excuse me. 5 years in study. Do you feel in that 5 years you learned something?
Oh, yes.
Do you feel like you learned something the first day you went into the library?
Always.
Oh, God.
Oh,
you missed it.
Janet, look.
Yes, hon.
He holds up his ID.
I belong here now.
Oh. Look at you
Waltham
the
Public Library.
Library card. Congratulations. That's a big step.
Thank you. It is my first identification.
And I see they did not take your photo. I'm proud of you. Good job.
Did they take his photo?
I told her that she should not.
Oh.
Very good job. That's great. That's great. We're learning. We're making better choices. We're getting information. This is great. It's all great.
Yes. I would agree. We're definitely making better choices.
Now, I got two things going on tonight. I have a potential FBI informant who, if he chooses not to show, is going to have the mob so far up his ass, he'll be able to taste last night's garlic bread, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that's good.
And we need to go see our friend over on the south side. Take a little drive.
See somebody on the south side.
The Bruja.
Oh gosh. Okay.
You really need to get your internal map together. You're never going to learn the politics of this city.
Oh boy.
To be so book smart. Well, look, you know what? I'll get you a map. I'll even draw on it for you. I'll be like, been through here. You seem like maybe a visual might help.
Very much so. Yes, actually.
Okay, well, I can work on that. That's pretty standard. I can't believe they didn't teach you this in Heskada's school or whatever.
What kind of school are you going to? Okay, yes, I think that's a great idea. So
it also would be helpful, I think, for David. Wouldn't that help you, David?
I don't know.
If I've provided a map of the city to help you better understand the kindred territories by clan.
Yes, it would help me.
Oh, okay.
David, also a visual learner like me.
Cool. Okay. Well, as long as you can speak your needs, we can attempt to fulfill them. So, any other questions, comments, or concerns? We got a lot of business to do tonight.
Did Janet look at the map?
Oh, of the house? No. I mean, is it going to reveal anything that's Brady Pants over here learned? No. What I needed to know is that they have messed with the building. That what we saw, some of it is not. Yeah. Janet, more information. I'm actually going to take those and like roll them up and put them in my container unit, in case we want to come back to them for any reason, or I can put them in Elspeth's like private library, which is what I'm guessing her container unit looks like.
Yes, lots of little books and things, and a makeshift shelf that she made from pieces of cardboard.
Cardboard where?
Yeah.
Can I show you a thing that I learned at the library?
Well, yeah, honey. Yeah, repetition. Please.
Then
What did you learn?
I will need you to both stop talking.
Oh, okay.
Well, a lot of libraries tell me that.
True.
David would thumb the cord of his necklace and draw the vial of dandelion heads.
Okay.
And you see him sort of like look above to see where the moonlight is shining into the quarry to find a spot where he can see his silhouette. Even probably puffs his wings a few times just to kind of show the visual motion. And then when he seems satisfied on a spot, sort of like how like a bird might circle a few times or a cat might circle to find the right nesting spot, he pauses and then uncorks the vial and draws forth 2 dandelion heads and takes a step forward and places them right where his eyes would be.
I just very quietly lean over to Elspeth and I go, "What kind of library is this?"
I was not here for this. Let it be known.
He would recork the vial, and it looks like he's almost kind of like putting pressure on his fingers, and you can see it like pressures his finger into a point, and then he rakes it across like this hard grating of like mortar and pestle across his palm, and then drips a point of vitae onto
1 point of vitae over the dandelions themselves.
And then David takes a step back and lets it resettle on where his eyes would be.
David takes a step back. Janet takes a step back. The moment we just start dealing with blood bullshit, she takes a step back.
What about Elspeth?
Elspeth is kind of intrigued by this. So she's
step forward.
Yeah, she's like kind of like her eyes are locked on this.
No, I grab her and kind of bring her back with me, like give him some space, like let him do his thing. And I watch intently as he continues.
Sure. You would watch because it happens slowly. It's not quick. As the blood and the vitae kind of oozes from his palm and then drips and hits the kind of gravel dirt, it's half of being absorbed. You see the dirt kind of clump up into the vitae itself. It lands on top of and kind of around the flowers themselves. And then as he steps back, you watch as the blood seems to just kind of sit there for a minute, not really doing anything, before you would watch it very visibly kind of thump rhythmically once before it flattens. And you'd watch as it begins to, for lack of a better word, grow roots that are coming out of the blood, but the blood is touching the daffodils or dandelions. And the roots themselves are very slowly growing toward staying in his shadow, growing toward his feet, David's feet. It will take about 15, 20 seconds for it to happen over time.
He looks up to both of you.
I don't know what to do from here. Normally, my shadow would talk back to me.
Okay. We'll come back to that. Can you control the roots?
It just walks back to me. The first time I stopped, I moved my shadow out of the way of the dandelions, and my blood turned to dust.
Oh.
Are you going to stand there and let him touch you, or no?
I'll take a step back.
Okay. Once you step back and your shadow officially breaks that area.
Not break away, just increase the amount of time, like trailing it.
Right. But if you step back, doesn't your head shadow going to kind of come dip down a little bit?
Well, I'm letting it start moving. So it's like I'm moving my shadow with the eyes. So it's instead of 15 seconds, it might take 20 or 30 seconds.
Gotcha.
So
the flowers are not moving toward you. They're staying there. No. The roots are growing out of the flowers and the roots themselves are going toward you, but the flowers stay there.
Point.
I think then he's just going to stay. He's going to stay still.
Whoa.
Okay. You get your one last thing, any action that anyone wants to take.
Have you ever touched them before?
Never before.
You have one chance in this moment for Janice and Elspeth to make an action or do nothing before they touch. That's all I'm saying. You don't have much time.
I mean, what am I supposed to do here?
Shove him out of the
way.
It's
like puberty. I can't stop it from happening.
Oh, yeah.
I also maybe would just let this happen to see what.
Question, just above board. It's sort of like the DM thing in me. What's the ring doing?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing at the moment.
Interesting. Okay. That at the moment it is. Thank you.
I think Elspeth would. It's hard to say. I think she would probably still she would just let whatever's happening happen. And I don't think she would react immediately in this moment.
Okay. Make me as the roots touch you, make me a resolve composure roll, please.
Uh-oh.
Difficulty 1?
Don't worry about the difficulty, my friend.
Got it. 2 successes.
Okay. The moment the roots touch you, David disappears. Black. Not David no. David, your personal existence, everything just stops. The camera pulls back to Janet and Elspeth. As you see David, as the roots touch, you see the roots, the blood roots, whatever you want to call them, kind of crawl over his big toes and up his leg before eventually the blood itself, as it touches it, kind of just melts into the ground and dissipates. You see a minute as there's a beat of silence, and David just kind of holds his hands and does one of these and looks at the dandelions and walks over and just gently picks them up, places them in his little glass thing, his wings spread, and with 2 heavy flaps, he's gone.
What?
So he did or did not disappear?
So David,
he just took off and flew away. He didn't vanish.
Got it.
David went from I'm cognizant, I'm here, to everything just went.
So something took over, kind of thing. Okay.
I quickly look at Elspeth and I go, get in the car.
Okay. Immediately.
And I run to the car and boot it up, and I'm gonna try to follow him in the air like a bird through the night.
Yeah. And that's what we'll call it for this week. Because I have things to prepare.
Oh man.
What? Oh shit.
You do this like once a goddamn season, I swear to God. I knew. Interesting. Okay, no, this is fine.
Okay.
But I'm gonna remove control from David for a moment, and we're gonna just take a moment where we will end the episode.
Shit, I might have to be here next week to play this
on a cliffhanger. You're not gonna be here next week.
Well, okay, I could make it work. It would have to be a shorter
I'm
session.
let you know, you go off and you tear around the road. You can't follow him. He just flies really, really high.
Okay. Okay, maybe we talk in the after show. We'll see. I might be able to make it work because I need to know what happens.
I know where he's going. I need time to think. I need time to think.
Totally get that.
Yeah, that's fine. Everything's fine. You're exactly who you're the players I always expect.
Now me. It's always like this happens, and I'm like 5 seconds ago. I'm like, maybe I should have just intervened. I should have told Dave, but nope. It happens.
Janet doesn't know magic from a hill of beans. Like, what was she supposed to do? Tackle him?
Oh yeah, no.
That's true too. There's probably not much we could have done. We just
you know what? We control what we can control. That is Janet's hard belief.
Yep. I'm excited for next session.
Wow.
That's all I can say. Because I don't know if I'm going to open up with you or if I'm going to open up with David, but I need to do some stuff first, planning wise with David as to where you're going to come to.
Neat.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Neat.
End of the episode.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that was going to end the episode. So that's.
No, this is big. I'm like, something big is happening. And
this is a big moment. If Master season take time, it's a big moment.
It's always exciting when this.
You're going to come to realize certain plot points are not connected like you think they are.
Oh, well, that's good. Maybe we'll get
that's great. This is going to lead to. All information is good information because I specifically wrote my conspiracy theory in pencil. So the bitch can be erased and corrected.
That's good.
That's for the best.
Okay. I'm excited. All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back. Some amalgamation of a cast will be here next week. Yep. We'll figure out who's going to be here. Might be the same ones here. I'll leave it on that. I don't really know what else to say because everything in my head is I've got a million ideas that are all spinning and I need to sort out the chaff and like figure out what's good.
I'm just here to drive the car, y'all. I'm just here for carpool.
Yeah, at this point.
Carpool and milkshakes. That's all I'm here for.
Thank you guys for being here. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Goodbye.